10 years, I didn't even make a fist. I didn't run, I didn't exercise. I gave it all up. Never wanted to see a boxing ring again. But a profound event occurred in my life. I got broke. I had to go back into boxing to take care of my family. You have all these children looking for opportunity, college. I had to box. After 10 years, I had to go back into the ring.
George Foreman, a life biography. Today, we remember and celebrate the life of one of the greatest boxing legends of all time, George Foreman. With heavy hearts, we mourn his passing but honor his legacy. In this video, we will take a deep dive into his extraordinary life, from his humble beginnings to his rise as a world champion, his retirement, comeback, and his ventures beyond boxing. If you love inspiring stories, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to keep his legacy alive. Now, let's get into the story of George Foreman. George Foreman was born in Marshall, Texas, on January 10, 1949. He grew up in the Fifth Ward community of Houston, Texas, with 6 siblings. Although he was raised by J.E. Foreman, whom his mother had married when George was a small child, his biological father was Leroy Moorehead. By his own admission in his autobiography, George was a troubled youth. He dropped out of school at the age of 15 and spent time as a mugger. At age 16, Foreman had a change of heart and convinced his mother to sign him up for Job Corps after seeing an ad for the Corps on TV. As part of Job Corps, Foreman earned his GED and trained to become a carpenter and bricklayer. After moving to Pleasanton, California, with the help of a supervisor, he began to train. Foreman was interested in football and idolized Jim Brown, but gave it up for boxing. Foreman's biological father, Leroy Moorehead, had little involvement in his life, and his mother later married J.D. Foreman, who played a role in raising him. He grew up with 6 siblings in a challenging environment but was deeply influenced by his mother's strong values. Foreman dropped out of school at the age of 15 and got involved in street gangs. However, he later turned his life around by joining the Job Corps, where he received his GED and learned valuable vocational skills. It was during his time in the Job Corps that he was introduced to boxing, which would become his ticket to greatness. Amateur career and the 1968 Olympics. After discovering his talent in boxing, Foreman quickly rose through the amateur ranks. He won a gold medal at the 1968 Summer Olympics in Mexico City by defeating Jonas Sepulus in the final. His dominant performance and raw power earned him the attention of boxing promoters. Professional boxing career. Early career and rise to prominence. Foreman turned professional in 1969, quickly making a name for himself with his aggressive style and knockout power. He won his first 37 fights, most by knockout, setting the stage for his first shot at the heavyweight title. First reign as heavyweight champion. In 1973, Foreman faced undefeated heavyweight champion Joe Frazier. In a stunning upset, he knocked Frazier down 6 times in 2 rounds, winning the WBA and WBC heavyweight titles. This victory solidified his status as a dominant force in boxing. Foreman vs. Frazier, 1973 knocked Frazier out in the 2nd round, winning the heavyweight championship. Foreman vs. Roman, 1973 successfully defended his title with a first-round knockout. Foreman vs. Norton, 1974 defeated Ken Norton in 2 rounds, further proving his power. Foreman vs. Ali, 1974, the Rumble in the Jungle, lost his title to Muhammad Ali in a historic bout where Ali used his rope-a-dope strategy to tire Foreman out before knocking him out in the 8th round. Retirement and comeback. Following his defeat by Ali, Foreman took a break but returned in 1976, winning several fights before retiring in 1977 after a spiritual experience. He became a born-again Christian and devoted himself to ministry work. 2nd professional career and 2nd heavyweight title. Foreman shocked the world in the 1990s by returning to the ring at age 38. Despite doubts about his ability to compete with younger fighters, he fought his way back to the top. In 1994, at age 45, he defeated Michael Moore to reclaim the heavyweight title, making him the oldest heavyweight champion in history. Post-boxing career. After retiring in 1997, Foreman focused on business ventures, including the successful George Foreman Grill, which sold over 100 million units worldwide. He also became a commentator, author, and motivational speaker. Ministerial career. Following his retirement in the late 1970s, Foreman became an ordained minister and dedicated his life to spreading Christianity. He founded the George Foreman Youth and Community Center, helping underprivileged kids. Other works and business ventures. Beyond boxing, Foreman was a successful entrepreneur. The George Foreman Grill became a cultural phenomenon, earning him hundreds of millions of dollars. He also endorsed various products and wrote several books. Personal life and death. Foreman was married to Mary Joan Martelli from 1985 until his death. He had 4 previous marriages, to Adrienne Calhoun from 1971 to 1974, Cynthia Lewis from 1977 to 1979, Sharon Goodson from 1981 to 1982, and Andrea Skeet from 1982 to 1985. Foreman had 12 children, 5 sons and 7 daughters. His 5 sons are George Jr., George III, Monk, George IV, Big Wheel, George V, Red, and George VI, Little Joey. On his website, Foreman explains, "I named all my sons George Edward Foreman so they would always have something in common. I say to them, if one of us goes up, then we all go up together, and if one goes down, we all go down together." 70. As with his father, George III has pursued a career in boxing and entrepreneurship. George IV appeared on the 2nd season of the reality television series American Grit, where he placed 7th. His 7 daughters are Natalia, Leola, Frida, Michi, Georgetta, Isabella, and Courtney. Natalia and Leola are from his marriage to Mary Joan Martelli. His daughters from separate relationships are Frida, Michi, and Georgetta. He adopted a daughter, Isabella Brandy Lelia Foreman, in 2009, and another, Courtney Isaac Foreman, in 2012. Frida had a 5-1 record as a pro boxer, retired in 2001, and died in 2019 at age 42 in an apparent suicide. Isabella Foreman lives in Sweden, where she has blogged since 2010 under the name of Bella Nutella. In recognition of Foreman's patriotism and community service, the American Legion honored him with its James V. Day Good Guy Award during its 95th National Convention in 2013. Foreman died at a hospital in Houston, Texas, on March 21, 2025, at age 76. Cars, houses, and lifestyle. Foreman lived a luxurious but grounded life. He owned a vast ranch in Texas and a collection of classic cars. Despite his wealth, he remained humble and dedicated to charitable work. Net worth and achievements. Foreman amassed a net worth of over $300 million through boxing and business. His accolades include Olympic gold medalist, 1968, 2-time heavyweight world champion, International Boxing Hall of Fame inductee, entrepreneurial success with the George Foreman Grill. George Foreman's legacy extends beyond boxing. He proved that comebacks are possible at any age, and his transformation from a feared fighter to a beloved personality inspired millions. He also played a key role in shaping modern sports endorsements and business ventures for athletes. George Foreman was more than a boxing legend. He was a man of faith, a successful businessman, and an inspiration to many. His impact on boxing, business, and personal transformation will never be forgotten. Rest in peace, champ. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to keep his legacy alive. Thank you for watching.